I cannot argue with the top 4: Chiefs, Patriots, Cowboys, Rams. I think that's pretty concrete. Gets a little different. You have the Ravens at 5. I feel like that's a little high considering they have played the Dolphins and the Cardinals, beat them both really bad, and everyone got high on Lamar Jackson, of course. And then they lost to the Chiefs. Still played an okay game, but number 5 overall in the entire NFL.
Yeah, I'm going to stand by it. I think this offense, and I was not high on them going into the season. Lamar Jackson
none of us were,
proved to me more than anything that he's able to throw the football. And I think with the offense that they want to run, if he can throw the football, if he can utilize Marquise Brown, I think they're going to be a really good game. Be a really good team. The game against the Chiefs, I felt like it kind of didn't go their way to begin with. I really didn't like the way they tried to play that game. They wanted to get in a shootout with the Chiefs, and you're never going to win a shootout with the Chiefs.
I think they should have tried to step up on defense a little bit. I know that's hard to say with the Chiefs' weapons.
Nothing you can do there.
Yeah, exactly.
Overall, I like their defense. I like their offensive line. I like their run-first mentality, and I think as much of a critic as I was before the season, they proved me wrong. So I put him up there. Maybe it was a little high, but I didn't.
Well, these are your ranking. No, I'm right behind him at the 6th spot. We'll go 6, 7, 8, 9. Packers, Colts, Bills, and Vikings. I can see why. Yeah, I can see why you have the Ravens above them. Packers are doing really well.
Yeah.
The Colts, at 7 is just a few spots high. I would just say I can't really argue with that. I would swap them with the Bills at that.
Putting them in the top 10 was kind of something that I really thought about, and I just looked at it and like, man, I had this team as a Super Bowl winner. I coming into the season, I thought this team was really, really good. I thought if I did a preseason power ranking, that would have been top 2, top 3. Andrew Luck leaves. Obviously,
and then everyone instantly jumped off.
Yeah, jumped off the bandwagon, and I did too. I'm not gonna say I didn't. But I think through 3 games, they've proven that they still have a great offensive line. They have a great running game. They have a really good defense. And Jacoby Brissett, like we talked about earlier, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's playing really well, and
doing way better than any of us thought.
I don't think there's anything you can take away from him. The fact that he's not Andrew Luck is not a good enough reason for me not to have him in the top 10. So
why are the 49ers at 3-0 so low?
49ers have
They're number 10, by the way.
Yeah, the 49ers have played 3 really sloppy games. Mm-hmm. They've won them, but they played the
open it up with the Bengals.
Yeah, they opened up with the Bengals. They crushed the Bengals in week 2.
Yes,
they beat the Bucs in week 1, and then they played the Steelers last week. They haven't beaten anybody. And last week, I think was probably their best argument for why they should be higher was because they had the 5 they had the 5 turnovers, and were still able to win that game. But to me, they do have a great run game. They have an okay defense. They have a good defense. Let me take that back. They have a good defense. My issue is I don't believe in Jimmy Garoppolo, and I kind of need to believe in the quarterback for me to put them high.
Of course, yeah.
I see that. I'm.
But you still got them rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of the 49ers. I always find myself rooting for them. I hope that they end up getting higher. At this point, I need to see them beat somebody of value. You know what I mean?
Let's go 11 Saints, 12 Bears, 13 Seahawks. Anything you want to mention out of that, or you like where they're going in any direction? Or
yeah, you said Saints, Bears, Seahawks. Yeah.
If you had to put a trending on one of those, who's trending up the most out of Saints, Bears, and Seahawks? I'd say Seahawks are trending down after that Saints loss.
Yeah, I'd say Saints probably still, honestly.
Just because losing Breeze.
Because the Bears. The Bears are. It doesn't matter how good they are. I'm not going to be able to put them in that top 5 category because I don't believe in Trubisky. I'm out on Trubisky, which a year ago I wasn't saying that. I'll put that. I think I was really wrong about that. He's just not accurate. He's not. They were talking about in the Monday night game how they're having to simplify the offense now.
Because they wanted to open it up. Yeah, they wanted to be his team.
This is your second year with the offense, and you haven't simplified because you're quarterback. That is incredibly large red flag for me.
It's hard to say you're a franchise guy at that.
I'm out on them. And with that being said, just fantasy wise, offense wise, I'm out on a lot of that. That entire offense, just because it's like. I love David Montgomery. You know how much I love David Montgomery.
Yeah, of course.
And, it just scares me. This is a defensive team run by an offensive head coach, and that just scares me. It's still a good team.
I like that as a Vikings fan. No, the fun fact, NFC North, 7-0-1 against the rest of the league.
That's crazy.
It's a baller division.
Yeah,
really good. 14, 15, 16, Eagles, Texans, Chargers. Chargers are kind of low out of that.
Yeah, I put the Chargers low. I think they've missed their Super Bowl window. I think they're a good, not great team. I don't have.
It's kind of hard whenever you compare them to in their division with the Chiefs too. I mean, anything looks like crap to that.
I just put them very average. I don't know. And they're one of those teams where I just didn't know where to put them, and they were just kind of like, well, are they better than the Bears? No. Are they better than? It's like, well, they're average. They're right there in the middle. They're average.
That's top half of the league. We'll go 17, 18, 19. Panthers. Jaguars and Lions. I do think the Lions, they're technically undefeated at 2-0-1, are a little low for 19.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't love who they beat.
Week 1 was sloppy, the overtime tie.
They had the overtime game against the Cardinals.
Then they got the Chargers and another ugly one.
They were able to beat the Chargers, but it was an ugly one. They don't win that game without a Philip Rivers interception late.
That he shouldn't have thrown.
They've looked fine. Again, this is another one of those like average teams that have looked fine.
The big thing I notice is you're not buying into the record.
Yeah. No.
You see the 2-0-1 and you're like, they got to win.
When I did this, actually, if you look at my article that I wrote, because I wrote the article first, then I did the power rankings. What I did is I wrote the teams down. I put them in their categories. I put them in their categories. I wrote everything down with it. And last thing I did was I put the records down. I didn't want the records to decide.
Yeah, you didn't want that to just be your overall influence.
Yeah,
okay.
That's
I can see based off of that why you would have them, but it does seem kind of low because the Chargers are above them and they beat the Chargers. So I would argue that point.
Yeah, I think if you made them play 5 times in a row, Chargers are winning that 3 or 4
I could
times.
see. Yeah, exactly.
So,
they did get away with one.
Yeah.
Where'd I stop at the line? 20, 21, 22. Bucks, Giants, and Browns.
Yeah, we're getting into some.
We're getting to the bad
times.
Yeah, I did not expect to see the Browns there. No one did. I mean, with that talent.
Preseason, I wouldn't have put the Browns there.
At what point does Freddie Kitchens walk?
I don't know. I think you got to play him out another year, right? Like you got to.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you're gonna jump ship like that.
And
that team lobbied for him. Baker's the one who wanted him. But,
and look, this is early. This is 3 games in. It's so tough to do.
Yeah, I'm the one who said pump the brakes on the whole Baker thing. Yeah.
But at the same time. I can only judge this based on what I've seen, and I haven't seen anything from him.
Yeah, so I completely agree. 23, 4, and 5. Falcons, Titans, Raiders. Yeah. A lot of Titans fans listening too.
Yeah, hurt to put the Titans that low. I'm not gonna lie, because the Titans came out and beat the Browns, and that looked like such a great win. And
everyone was high on them, talking top 5.
Yeah, it's crazy. 2 weeks later, we look at it. And
what happened? Okay, dropped a close one to the Colts. I guess there's an excuse for that. And then the Jags was just abysmal. 9 sacks. Bad. Mariota was missing stuff.
Look, I would love for the Titans to come out and prove me wrong and put them higher. I wrote in the article, I keep bringing it up, but I wrote that this team will go as far as Marcus Mariota will take them. And how far do you think that is?
In week 1, it looked incredible. Yeah. Week 2 and 3,
it's just inconsistent.
Looks like he may not be getting his job back.
Yeah, it's inconsistent. It's not great. It's just not enough. It just isn't. And I hate it because I was really close last week from being like, okay, I was wrong about him, but I don't think I was. It's just inconsistency. Yeah, and I can't.
26, 7, 8, 9. These are bad teams now. Yeah. Cardinals, Steelers, Broncos, Bengals. We'll go ahead and finish it. Redskins, Jets, and Dolphins.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about any of those?
Dolphins keep up with the tank thing. Y'all will have some mad picks. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy to see. Exciting offseason for you, I'm sure.
I even wrote it was the Dolphins were the first one that I put down, and I wrote, LOL, I'm not going to talk about this team right now. Yeah. We'll have a lot to talk about when draft season comes along, which, I'm a big draft guy. I'm going to have a lot of fun
it's a whole nother, because, as a Vikings fan, I'm always disappointed around draft, because our team does fairly well, Yeah. And for you, that's your regular season. You get to look at talent.
Whoa, motherfucker.
I threw in a good jab. A little dump on your chest there.
I see how it is.
Skull, baby.
Fair enough. Fuck it.